see. Gonna make a masterboard. An Edith Holden masterboard is what we're gonna do. Just go through scraps. There we go. This is like mostly all Edith Holden stuff there. An Edith Holden masterboard. I'm going to use my scraps. I'm going to use this ugly 12 by 12 because it is ugly and I'll never use it for anything else. It is beautiful, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. It's cooled off a lot. Autumn has come already. I'm very surprised at how fast it comes here. In Colorado, we get like a week of autumn in October, and then it's winter, right? Hi, Inked. I've been missing Edith Holden. I hadn't had my craft stuff in months, so I've just been, it was like the first thing. I was like, I gotta find my Edith Holden stuff, and I gotta start using it. So I'm gonna make a masterboard, is what I'm gonna do. And I think for the most part, I'm gonna try to put everything kind of vertical that way, is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna start gluing pieces on. I don't think about these things. I just, especially with masterboards. Ooh, and then I'm gonna play with some paint and do some die cuts. I haven't done a die cut in, I think it's been a year since I've done a die cut. So we'll just put that piece on. We'll put this piece on. So it's always worth saving your Edith Holden scraps, because you can just make a masterboard. Oh, okay. So it'll warm up a bit then. It was like 60 something today. Cold. The other night I had to turn the little heater on because it was so cold. Ooh, that one's pretty with a little bit of flowers. So that's nice. We have some warmth still left in our area. That's good. I heard that winter doesn't really hit until like November, December, which is, I thought that's really late. We got winter in Colorado come October, right? It was rare to ever have a Halloween where it wasn't freezing cold with snow. It usually always snowed before Halloween. Let's see, we'll put this one down here. Let me erase this little pencil mark. How about you, Sharon? How's the weather where you're at? Cold, warm? Are you seeing autumn yet at all? Some of the leaves here started changing a little bit, especially in the aspens. I have all these little coffee dyed paper strips too, which are perfect. Let's see, we have this one. This one can go here. A little bit of leaf. And we'll glue this coffee dye piece down. Yeah, I've had this paper sitting in my stash for over a year. And I was like, well, I'm going to go through some of my ugly 12 by 12s and start making master boards, because it's a great way to use up scraps, and I'll never use these ugly 12 by 12s. Hi, Karen. Thank you. Lovely to have you join us. I just started streaming a couple days ago. Decided, ooh, look at this one. We've got some text. Decided I would start doing that. That one's a little too thin. Let's see if we can find one that's like, that's pretty perfect. It says sycamore, which always makes me think of that song, The Dream a Little Dream of Me. It's like under the sycamore tree. That's always what it makes me think of. Let's put this one up here. Again, I forgot to fill up my glue bottle. So I know a lot of people use glue sticks for their master boards, and I used to, but I stopped doing that because they don't stick well enough. And it's bad enough, you know, you have all these little pieces glued, and then they all come apart. Which is like a pain. Oh, this is a nice piece. This will make a nice like tearaway notebook. I'll just put that one aside. Ooh, we have this pretty one that says June, well, the very top of June. Ta-da! Looking good so far. Looking good. I like this one. I also like to keep, if I can, the like little ripped edges on there. The like ripped edges. I love the way they pick up ink. This one will go. Maybe I should have done the other side and could get that leaf. Oh, we have a little bit of leaf on this side. A little bit of a leaf, maybe a couple little buds. Let's see. This one is nice. Keep that 99. Just rip it here. Yeah, I don't have luck with glue sticks at all. You know what? The only time they work for me is with very thin paper. Very thin paper. And even then, I have to put like 3 layers on it. I used those like the photo glue sticks for a while, and they're like too expensive though. It's, you know, I was like, geez, the art glitter glue is cheaper than that, which says something, because art glitter glue is not cheap, you know. Let's see, we'll glue this one here. Wow, we're doing really good keeping them all vertical, huh? Usually when I do a vertical one, I have some that go sideways, but this time they're all fitting vertical. Let me erase this pencil mark. All my pencil marks. Let's see, we could use some coffee dyed paper in some places. Let's see if we can find one that'll fit. Fit in this spot right here. I could cut one down. Let's see, what do we have? A circle. This one's very thick. We could rip it down. Why not? Like that. That looks good. Speaking of glue, I was so happy to find my Fabri-Tac. That 3-in-1 was driving me nuts. Just doesn't want to stick for me. It wants to take forever. You know, us crafters, we want everything done right now. We don't want to be waiting. Oh wow, look at that. That fits perfect. Like it was made to, ooh, let's put this one, let's put that side on there. The more flowery side. Beautiful. Looking good. Let's see. Let's put one of these thick coffee dyed papers on there. Where'd my glue bottle go? There it is. I have so many coffee dyed scraps because I cut them down for all my little notebooks. So I always have a ton of them. See, now here would be a good place to put a one that's going this way. Right? If I'm sure I have a thin one somewhere. Here's one that says June. Here's one that says February. I might also save some of the months and do something with that. Oh, here's kind of a thinner one. It almost fits. It almost fits perfect. What about right here? We'll put it right there. I should have messaged Michelle. She told me, she was like, message me next time you're going live. And then I forgot. Okay. Put this down. Lovely. Will this one fit up here? Yep. Hopefully I turned the light down a little bit too, so it's not so bright in my face anyway on the camera. Here's a very thin one. Ooh, will this one fit down here? Oh, perfect. Look at that. It fits perfect. What's on the other side? We'll just stick this tiny piece. That's how you know how how I save my Edith Holden scraps. I save even these tiniest of little pieces. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's worth it. Of all the scraps, it's worth it. These ones I can just throw back in the scrap box, I think. Don't think I'm going to use them. All right. This one says June. There's a number. Will that go there? Just kind of rip it. So I hope everyone's having a good day. It might rain here. It got really dark all of a sudden. It usually doesn't get dark here until about 8:30. And it's early. It's pretty early. It's like, I don't know. I forgot to change the time to be correct on my laptop. So but I know it's not 8. I think it's approaching 6. If I remember. Let me put this one up here. A little bit of glue. Okay, it's kind of crooked, you know. I mean, that's how it goes as you start going. It's all a little, but that's okay. We'll put this piece on this piece. Although I do like the yellow flowers on that side. I like the darker green, I think, more. There we go. Put that in there. These came from a different botanical book. How is that? Is that covering up too much of our... Nope. Look at this. We're already almost done with this master board. Done and done. Put this one on here. I like the number. That, and there's that little pencil mark on this side, which I could erase, but I'll keep the number instead. Ooh, here's a nice piece of text. And then what, from about right here. Geez, and then that's it. We have finished the master board. How awesome is that? That's exciting. Can't believe how quick we got that done. There we go. You can come in and just trim off the little edges, which we don't have very many, huh? Just a couple. Ta-da! Our master board. Done very nice, very quick. Came together nice and quickly. Just take all these scraps and throw them back in the scrap box. Oh, lovely rain. Yeah, we had rain a few days ago, and it cooled it off, and then it stayed cool since then. It might rain this evening. I think it's supposed to rain later this week, but I don't know. That's what it said. But you know how it is with weather prediction. The farther out you go, the less accurate it is. All right, so there it is. Yay, the master board. So the next thing I'm going to do with I have another piece of ugly where did they go? I brought out four or three, um, like ugly 12 by 12s. They were really bad too. They were like a purple, bright purple. Let me take a drink of my water. And find these 12 by 12s. That should be right here, but they're not. Oh, they're under the paint. Okay, here's the paint. We're going to use paint. Ta-da! My big little tote of tons of paint. And I've got three. I pulled out three. This one, they're all this, which isn't too bad, but I'll never use them. So I thought we would paint them. We'll just paint the back of them. And I'll use them for die cuts. And to paint, I'm going to use my brayer is what I'm going to do, because that's super easy. So the fun thing about this is I have these new acrylics. They're what? Modo Llama. I think they're Target from bought a long time ago. Matthew's always buying acrylic paint because he paints miniatures. We're going to put a little bit of green, and we'll put a different color green. Oh, this one's even darker. This one's a Artist Loft. So hopefully it has some, it's not that much darker, but darker enough. Goes with green really well is yellow. Put some yellow. And then for fun, let me find a pink. I have this Distress Paint pink. It's like a picked raspberry. Put some of that. Let's see, do we have any like white or something? We have white, cobalt blue. We have a blue. Put some blue on here. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm going to use my brayer, right? I'm just dabbed paint on there, and then I'm going to use this brayer that I already have paint all over. I'm going to do this. Right, I'm going to kind of wipe it off as I go so I don't mix it all into a brown mess. There's crackle. Don't I have a white or something? There's an antique linen. That'll work. Put a little bit of antique linen on there. Let's see, what else? Do we have like maybe a brown? Like a brown, what is this one? Vintage photo. Put a little bit of vintage photo. So what's fun about this is instead of using a jelly print, right? If you don't have a jelly roll thing, just use the brayer just directly on there. And I'm just going to use it for die cuts anyway. So that'll work good. And then if we want, we can spray some with some water, because acrylic paint dries pretty quick. You can go a little bit this way. Might all go brown, but that's okay. We've got a little bit of pink, got a little bit of blue coming in. We can also take our plastic scraper thing, scrape some of it if we can. Some of that paint off, like that. Just to like reveal more of the color underneath it. But, you know, you keep that kind of grungy, vintagey kind of look to it. This is a very cheap Dollar Tree one. And then it can dry. We'll let it dry, and it should make really pretty, like die cuts. Right, I'm gonna use it for die cuts for flowers and such. So that's what I'm gonna use that for. So we have that one. We'll put that over to dry. I'm gonna do another one. Let's see, what do we have for colors? We do different colors. What is this one? Mustard. Try and get more. Put some of this. We have, what is this? Magenta. A little bit over there. Also, instead of using the brayer, you can just go straight in with the like palette knife, which is also fun. I can't believe I don't have a white. I have all this paint. I don't have any white. I got black. What is this color? Black cherry. It's very dark, huh? What is this one? Rusty hinge. That always gives like a nice vintagey look. Some green, we did green in the last one. Here's a light mocha. I wonder, some of these are really old. I'm expecting to come across, oh, that's good. I was like, I'm expecting to come across ones that have, that are dried up and aren't good anymore. What is this one, like a metallic? Ooh, let's put some metallic on there. Will it? Is it dried up? We get cheap acrylic paint. I mean, other than the distress paint I bought a long time ago. We get these at, you know, the craft store for like, they're like $1 a piece usually. Oh, and some sage. Let's put some bundled sage on there. That'll be nice. Let's see where to put, maybe near the yellow. Lots of paint. We could use the palette knife this time. Let's see how that does. Just kind of scrape it. Ooh, that looks good. Love the little bits of the green. That bundled sage came nice. All right, too much paint, as is the case when you use acrylic. I think what I'll do is I'll wipe some off on this piece. So I'm not mixing it all on this paper, right? Scrape it off kind of as I go. Let me move this. Yes, an easy way to get kind of papers like this without a jelly plate, which are expensive. I have a jelly plate. I think it's down in that one box I haven't I have not unpacked yet. Yes, looks good, looks good. Let's scrape some of this off to reveal the colors underneath. So it's not all this like brown color, but it's perfect because it's like that vintagey kind of brown color. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and then again, we'll use it for die cuts and things. Then I will just spread this paint on this one. Kind of looks ugly now, but again, they'll be great for die cuts. For labels and all kinds of things. Takes a while to dry, but that's okay. All right, well that rag is going to need to be cleaned already. Okay, and I'm going to need to wash off my desk really quick before all that acrylic dries. Acrylic is pretty washable until it dries, and then it's kind of permanent. Let's put that over there to dry. Just spray water on my desk. I might even end up using a little bit of hand sanitizer too. It's coming up real good though. Look at that. Just comes right up. Awesome. Cool. Put that there to wash for later. Alrighty, so while we wait for that to dry, I have this stamp set. Ooh, it's an Edith Holden stamp set. I don't think you can find them anymore. This was sent to me from the UK by Miss P a long time ago. It's gorgeous. Isn't it amazing? It's amazing. It's an amazing stamp set. So, you might be able to find it on like eBay if you really kind of look. What is it? Practicalpublishing.co.uk 2018 limited and Lily Ting Limited. So I don't know, it was like a limited thing. So I'm going to do some stamping using my little stamping board. Oh, I don't have any black though. My black ink has dried up on me. Let's see what I do have. I have some blue. I've got like a dark blue. Red. I got a gray, but the gray is drying up on me too. I'll use this Stampin' Up pad, this Pretty Peacock. I think that'll be good. That will be good. And I've got some more kind of ugly cardstock. I got this orange one. That one's not really cardstock. I thought it was. I have these linen cardstocks. I have this one, which is ugly, and I'll never use. So, let's stamp on this one first. Stamp on this one. Take our magnets. Keep our paper down. All right. Let's see. We've got birds. We've got, what is this one? I don't know. Let's turn it around and look. This is like, what, birds or something? Something in flowers. Yes, a bird in flowers. So let's do some dragonflies, some birds. I'll just try to do a lot of them. Oh, please don't do that. This one kind of melted onto the... melted onto the, probably from the move. Oh man, that's the only problem with acrylic stamps. Oh, darn, that one's flying. Is their tendency to melt. You have to be very careful. Your acrylic stamps can melt if they get too hot. So I don't know about that butterfly. We'll see how ruined he is. But anyway, okay, let's do this one. The famous January hopefully they're not too melted on this thing. They're a little, just got to be very careful. Come on. I might be able to take my heat gun onto the back of it and get them to come off. Maybe. It's slowly coming off. I just don't want to rip it. It's the only problem with acrylic stamps. Right? Rubber doesn't really do that. But acrylic's cheaper to produce. So all the stamps these days are more. It's also why acrylic stamps are cheaper than rubber stamps, like if you've ever noticed that in the store. Okay, we're almost up. Come on. There we go. We got it. We got it, we got it. Okay. So we'll put this one on this. And the stamp part should be good. Now it doesn't want to stick. Like the stamp side should be good. Just using this peacock color. What is this? Pretty Peacock. It's a little blue, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh, I used my Timmy towel all the way with that paint. Where's my black one? It's missing. That's where it is. Here it is. Under my chair. All right. I'm going to wipe off this ink. Okay. I don't know. Put just another good measure of ink on that. We'll see how it does. I have never stamped with Stampin' Up. And this has never been stamped on before. It's like new stamp. So we'll see. I think they kind of like to be stamped off first. There's kind of like a prime on them or something is what I've heard. That came out good though. That came out good. We'll just cut that. Put that aside to let dry. Get this one. Wipe off this stamp. And we'll try to put a different stamp on there if we can get them up off of the thing. Let's try this butterfly. If I can get it off. Come on. This one's being much easier. All right, I've had it where, we could put a couple on there. I've had it where I've put all my acrylic stamps like together, just thrown them all in a Ziploc bag, and have had them melt together, like fuse with each other, which is never good. let's see, we have this butterfly. Put that butterfly on there. What else do we have that will fit? I think this flower. This little flower down here. All right. There we go. Put this magnet on here to keep our paper from shifting. There we go. Okay. Ink, ink. Tap, tap, tap. I notice tapping seems to do the best when I ink stamps, or when I ink anything, really. Tapping seems to do good. As I ink my fingers up. How is that? Oh, those come out great. Those came out wonderful. Little Edith Holden stamps. Those are great. So we have this part now. We could do another set. Let's take off this top piece. Oh, I usually like to try to keep that fun little piece, but it ripped. Well, it's like barely not big enough. Put this one up here. Okay, that one already stamped a little bit, so I'm gonna not shift that stamp or the paper anymore and just get another stamp of these butterflies and this dragonfly. Ta-da, lovely. So now we have that one. Lots of little stamps we can use. I'll put that there. I'll wipe this off. And put these back. Our little dragonfly, our butterfly, and our flower. Let's see, what do we have? We have this flower, I think will fit this one. If I can get it off of the thing without ripping it. There we go. About right like that. Good enough. Okay, and just tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Oh goodness, look, I got all that ink there on the side. How did that come? That's perfect. Oh, it even has a little butterfly on it. I didn't even notice that. It's got like a little tiny butterfly. Okay, awesome. Cool, cool. Let me wipe this ink off of here. All right, let's see. What else do we have? We have the dog roses. We'll have to do the dog roses. And we have this one, which I think is the hollyhocks. Ooh, it's stuck on there too. Come on. It just got too hot in storage when we were moving. Just slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't force it. Just slowly peel it off of there. Once it gets off there once, it should come off again pretty easily. If they don't sit there for another year in heat. Okay, there we go. Dog roses. Here's another piece of this. Take this perforated edge off. This like ugly scrapbook paper I will never use. Could put that there. We have these little like bees and stuff. Let's see, we've got a little bee. Got another little bee. There we go. Two little bees. Try to keep them kind of separate from each other so I can cut them. There we go. Try not to ink the board this time as much as possible. It's pretty blue. I like the blue. It kind of reminds me of the old, you know, the Bic pen, the like blue Bic pens. Although it's a little more vintagey looking, which I really like. Not as bright. How did those come? Perfect. Perfect, look. So cute. I love the little bees. Okay, lots of little stamps. Because why not? Let's see, where are we at here with this? Can we get one more dog rose, you think? Yeah, I think so. Take the bees off of there. Should have wiped that off. Get ink all over my fingers, which is fine, I don't care. So the Stampin' Up! Ink, I've noticed, is not as water soluble as the Distress, but more permanent than it, especially when it dries. So I don't know, it blends good. Don't have any qualms with it. It's a little water soluble, like while it's still wet, but then once it dries, it's permanent. But not as permanent, I would say, as like archival, right? So it's kind of like a in-between. Here, dog roses. Okay, and this piece has like a schmutz on it or something, so I'm not going to use it. We can see how the linen comes. I don't know how linen cardstock will do with stamps. I don't know if I've ever tried to stamp on linen before, but let's try it. We'll do the dog roses. This is like a linen cardstock. If we can get the dog roses off of there. Okay, or I mean the foxglove. Come on. I feel like it's coming up a little. Oh, yeah, it's stuck. It melted a bit. Oh, come on, don't do that. It's like melted on there. I'm getting little pieces of the acrylic sticking onto the... Come along. You know you want to be free. right, this is a tedious. If I can get most of them off of there. Come on. This one is really stuck. It's really stuck on there. It's really stuck. Come on. Come on. Almost. Okay. There we go. Foxgloves. We'll see how it does. How it stamps. Alright, it's stuck to the board, so that's good. It's taking ink really nicely, better than the others did. But it's been primed. I've used this stamp. The other ones I hadn't really used yet. Alright. Keep inking my board. Okay. You ready to go? Oh, and it totally just slipped off of there right at the worst time. So I'm wondering how it will do on the linen. Might leave it there for a second longer. Oh, actually, that's absolutely stunning on the linen. Yeah, stunning on linen. I was a little worried how the stamp would stamp on linen paper, but that's stunning. Gorgeous. Let's cut that off. Absolutely stunning. Actually, I'll do another one. Well, I have this. It took forever to get that stamp off the thing. I kind of don't want to put it back on there. Tap, tap, tap. Tappity tap. Press it down good. I'll leave it there for just a second. That seemed to do really good last time. It did. Hi, Karen. It did. It came out, oh, beautifully on the linen. Look at that. I am so pleased. So pleased. So pleased with that. All right. So let me wipe this one off. I want to get this dragonfly for sure. This like big dragonfly. And we have that beautiful bird too. I want to get the bird. I need to like find some good birds and cut them out. For I'm out of birds like fussy cuts. Okay, so this bird right here, which you can't see because I'm not in frame, but all right, this bird. Try and get him up. And this dragonfly. Oh, he's coming up great. Oh yes, way better than the, I mean, he's still a little stuck on there, but just don't whip, Mr. Bird. Perfect. He'll go on there. We'll get the dragonfly. Hopefully the dragonfly will come up good. Which is good because he has that thin piece. All right, come on. Come on. You know you want to be free. Lovely. We'll put the dragonfly here and the bird up here. Yes. Make sure they're stuck on there good. Okay. And we'll ink that. And then I'll check my boards. I wonder if they're dry. Probably not. Probably not. That dragonfly's not wanting to stick. You know you want to stick, dragonfly. Come on. Don't be like that. He's like, no, I'm free now. I'm going to fly away. Don't fly away, dragonfly. At least until I stamp you. I think he'll be good. So this one's not primed. Like, I've not used these ones like I did the box gloves. So I'm wondering if they will stamp as good on the... Oh, yes. Lovely. I might put another... I might put just another... another coat. Just one more kind of... just to make sure that they get stamped nice and clear. There we go. Yes, lovely. Ta-da! A bird and a dragonfly. They came out great. I love this color for stamps. Even though my black is completely dried out, this blue is working great. This like pretty peacock color. All right, so I think, let's see, that might be it. I don't want to just spend all night stamping, although I could. I'm having fun. Having fun with the stamping. Actually get to doing some actual work instead of just little prep. All right, this piece, I can't believe that flower or that butterfly got stuck on here. Look at that. Horrible. All right, I'm just gonna set this over here. We could stamp real quick some illegible text, right? Some illegible text. I think it will fit on this one. Like that. All right, awesome. We'll just get some illegible text and then we will move on. Although I'm not sure how illegible it is. I think this one is French. This one is more the illegible one right here. Oh, well, that didn't come out very well, huh? Might need to remove that magnet. Might be keeping it from... Let's see, I can use my brayer. Let's see, is that what it's called? A brayer? My rolling thing? My rolly thing. A brayer. I think it's a brayer. Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not know. I think it is a brayer. I always call it my rolly thing. Not great. The text didn't come out as good, but that's okay. Probably a thinner stamp, right? And that I'm using that linen. So I'll be curious to use the linen on other stamps and see how it does. It could be the paper, it could be this particular stamp, because the stamp is very thin. It's a very, very thin stamp. Okay, so we've got that. I had that out anyway. All right. Where did my other magnet go? Not a thing we want to lose. All right. How is my paper? Is it dry? That's the question. Dry? Kind of. Almost. Not quite. Look at my inked up hands. My inked up hands. All right. That's okay. I know how to deal with that. I'll just use some hand sanitizer. Just some basic hand sanitizer. Ooh, way too much. Way too much hand sanitizer. Ow, I must have a little cut on my hand somewhere. It kind of stings. That's how you could tell, huh? If you have a little tiny cut. If you use hand sanitizer, it stings. All right, so we have this one. We have this one, which is, again, mostly dry. It's almost. This one has way more paint. I think it's the least dry is this one. So we'll leave these to dry for longer before I do my die cuts with them. In the meantime, put that up there. What fell? Something fell. I heard it. We can cut this up for some journaling cards and such, pockets and things for the Edith Holden journal, because that is what we are working on. There we go. Yes, that came out lovely. Let's look. Let me fold a piece of paper in half so I know. Hi, Jen. So I know. Yeah, so right about after the 55. That'll be big enough for a pocket. Right, and then we can use that as a pocket, a part of our master board. Yes, perfect. Okay. This one I'll keep the way it is for a journaling card, so that'll be a journaling card. Perfect. Move this aside. All right, let's ink this up. Should I ink it in the green? I think I'll ink it in my Mowed Lawn. Mowed Lawn, which I found I really loved this color, this Mowed Lawn color. It's not too bright, which is what I was thinking, you know, because grass, like cut grass, is so bright of a color, you know, in my head. But on the Edith Holden, it seems to match just perfect. So that's perfect. We will do that. And then I'll use the vintage photo for the page itself. Oh, dog sitting. Gotta love the doggies. Gotta love the puppies. I think my holly is laying up here somewhere. or on the middle part of the stairs. She likes to, if I'm up here crafting, she likes to lay on the little middle part of the stairs. I think she's like keeping guard, I think is what she's doing. All right, so that can go there. How did I get this little piece of green on here? Oh, from the little bits that come off of the, gotta be careful about that. Little bits that come off the dauber. Should we do some stenciling? Yes. I have this, oh no. I have this stencil, which I think reminds me kind of Edith Holden. You could do it along the edge, perhaps like this. We can do it a little bit in some greens and let's see, I think this one's green. Whatever. Maybe not. Maybe this one has the green. I don't know. It seems like most of them don't have ink on them anymore. I've used the ink. So put some green lightly. Thinking green lightly on the bottom. And then some vintage photo oxide along the top. I'll be all fancy about it. Try not to shift my stencil if I can help it. Then we should have like, should go from green to, yes, that looks great. I love it. I think that came out really good. Yes, that came out great, I think. Yes, very pretty. Very Edith Holden-y. I'm just going to glue this pocket on there, no fuss. Let's see, where did my, I don't know, I'll use this one. All right, there we go. Lovely. It could use something on there. Okay, so we have this. We have our beautiful foxglove that we stamped. Let's just cut it with our deckle edge scissors and ink it. It's kind of crooked. And then just put it on there, on that journal card. That'll make a nice journal card. I think. Like that. I think I'll ink it in the green. Could have inked it in that blue that I stamped it on, but I like the green. Excuse me. Yay, we got 12 people watching. Hello, hello. Hello to each and every one of you. Let's see if we get a vintage photo on this one. Well, that's one of the things that fell was my little mini dauber. My little mini dauber for my espresso. So there we go. That can go like this. This needs backed because it has that hideous. I'm going to back it with coffee dyed. So one thing I like to do when I back with coffee dyed is I like to make it like the little bit of a border, even though coffee dyed paper is like thinner because it's just, but I think it's cool that over time it kind of distresses itself and rips a little bit, and it looks kind of, I don't know, like actual, like vintagey and worn. And so I think it comes out great. That's a thing I like to do sometimes. So I'll do that this time. And we'll just leave a little tiny bit of a border. With this thin coffee dyed paper. And then over time, right, it'll kind of fray and rip and be lovely. Because it'll add to that kind of vintagey, grungy, used charm that we love. All right, so there we go. Now we're backed. Just gonna very lightly ink the edges. And we can glue this one on. Just glue that right on there. That looks great. Pretty foxgloves. Yes, everyone can join chat, of course. We've got Jen and Sharon. And if Karen is still with us, Karen too. Someone can message Michelle Ream if you can and let her know we're live. I forgot to do that. She asked me to do that before I got on, and I completely forgot before I got on, and my phone's being used, right, for the recording, so. Okay, I'm gonna use this brush that has the vintage photo oxide, and I'm just gonna kind of grunge that up because that's lovely. Ta-da! A pretty foxglove Edith Holden journal card. Put that on there. Now we could do the same here. We could put like the bird. Love the bird. I think she missed the last 2 lives and was all very disappointed. Let me know, does my screen keep blanking black? Let me know if it's showing that on my end, but I don't know if it's showing that on your end. So let me know. Put that right in the middle like that. Now ink it green. We'll ink it green, and then we'll go in with the little bit that I have a vintage photo on my brush. Just get a little bit. Oh, look at that. That's great. It needs a lace or something. A lace or a pearl or a ribbon. One of the 3. That looks good. So let's see, what do we have for lace? I can use this lace. I've been trying to use up this lace. I have so much of this lace. That go on there. Lovely. Might put it along the edge this time. This one. We could put a ribbon or some pearls or something. Yes. Along the top. So put this lace along the edge of the page. And we'll put something else. I think maybe a ribbon. I have that green ribbon, which is perfect. Kind of the perfect color. You do a ribbon and a pearl. Just do all 3. Because why not? This needs trimmed just a tad. Yes. And I'll use my double-sided. Hi, Janya. Good to see you. Always appreciate when you pop in to say hi. Love you much, my dear friend. All right. Here we go. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Let's see. What do I have for pearls? I found my whole pearl box. I have all the pearls, all the different kinds of pearls. I have this even thinner pearl. Pearl on a string. I love pearl on a string. It's kind of all tangled, but that's okay.
Sharon asked if you color any of the stamped images in.
Sometimes, yes. I do that sometimes, for sure. Sometimes I use watercolor. Lots of fun, especially depending on what paper I stamp on. Usually I use like a marker, like a water-soluble marker, or really anything. It's fun to just color in stamped images. Let's see. There we go. These ones, like, okay, on the linen, for example, I think would be done really well if done colored in with like a watercolor color pencil. Just color it in fully with a watercolor pencil, and then take a little tiny bit of water with like a water brush and go in. I think that would look nice. On a shinier paper, I like to use watercolors. I've even been known to use Crayola. Crayola markers actually work really good. They're a cheap option, and they're pretty water soluble as well. So you can like outline with a Crayola marker, and then even go in with like a little bit of water on a brush and like make it all fancy and pretty. Ta-da! Some pretty pearls and some pretty ribbon. And I will put this lace down the edge. Down the edge. Okay. We have a pearl in our way. Do I have time? I barely have enough time to move that pearl over a little bit so we can fit our lace. Because my Fabri-Tac really does dry a lot faster than that 3-in-1 did. Lovely. I'm gonna trim it. Okay. Now, I wonder if my paper is dry. I bet that one is. I bet one of them is. I bet this one's dry. This paper we painted using acrylic paint. I'm gonna do some die cuts. I'm gonna use my little die cutter, so I'm gonna cut these paper pretty thin. I think that'll fit. Let's see. My little Sizzix Timmy die machine, huh? Will it fit? No, it needs cut even thinner. That's okay. Will that fit? Almost. Okay. How about that? Will that fit through? Fine. It's fine. Grab my plates. These two. These two. A little dusty. It's all a little dusty. Dust it off. Okay. Let's see. Now, I try to use this thing, this like suction it to the table thing. It kind of doesn't. It's like kind of works, kind of doesn't work. Let's see. Silver Foxy, hi. I am good. I hope you're doing good. Lovely to have everyone in chat, and everything is super awesome. What do I do with my dies? I brought them out in preparation because I was like, we're going to use these. But now I put my pearls over here. I put my paint over here. All right, I have this envelope. It's full of flowers. Different flowers. I love these. These are very pretty. I think these were Michael's. These ones are Tim Holtz. So I'll just pull out. We'll just pull them all out. We'll just pull them all out. And we'll go through them. For this puffball. Definitely want to use one of these. All right, so I will just cut a piece of this paper. We'll just line this up like that. There we go, and I am not left-handed, I am right-handed, so that needs to go this way. All right. And we will just roll this through. Did that cut it? I feel like it didn't. Let's see, did it? Oh, it did. It did. I needed a pin. There we go. Oh, those came out great. That's great. Kind of green. Beautiful color. I don't know if you can see. It's a little dark on this side, but yeah. It's like this beautiful green color. It matches the Edith perfect. So that's exactly what I wanted. Not lose my needle. Just cut this to size. Okay, so we used that one. We can use this puffball. The puffball. And will this one fit on there too? Ooh. They will both fit on there. Die cutting we go. Okay, did that cut or should I put it through another time? Oh, the Tim Holtz dies always cut so well. It cut it through just fine. Grab my little needle. come out of there. There it comes. Gotta poke out the little holes. Ta-da, that one came out great. So we use that one. Yeah, it got real cold. It's been getting really cold at night. The other night here it was 47 Fahrenheit or something, like 40s already. Today it was 60 something. All right. These are cool. These are different. These ones are like different than these ones. Right? They're both Tim Holtz, but they're like a different set. I love this one. Let's use this one. Although I have this little piece. Let's use this little piece. We can put this one on there. And perhaps this leaf. Put this leaf on there. Okay, that one cut for sure. Did this one cut, or do I need to go over it again? I might need, because it's different sets, you know. That die is thicker than this die. There, that should have cut. Yep. Okay, I was so careful to put my needle, or I wouldn't lose it last time. This time I just put it wherever. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. So cute. Little leaf. Little leaf. And this little flower came out very pretty. Kind of that vintage photo color with green. All right. Let's see. Let's try and get some with the pink, right? This one. This part has pink in it. Like this one has blue, right? And this one has pink. Try and get some of this pink color for like these ones. Now, if I remember, this die barely is a little too long for the little mini. Yeah, but that's okay. What I usually do is just cut the, I just cut the little bottom off. As long as the top part gets. Okay, come on. There we go. Let me go over it one more time. Yeah, see, barely did, but that's okay. I just tear off that bottom piece because it doesn't matter. It's just a little bottom part to the die. Oh, beautiful. Love. A little bit of pink at the top. Yeah, that one came out gorgeous. Cool. So we used that one. You could do the same with this one. Kind of pink near, and I don't remember. I think this one is also just a tad too tall Or maybe it's just the right size for the plate. We will see. We will see. I'm gonna go in, go. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, we drove by that kind of area when we were moving up here, and it's not too far. I really one day want to go see Niagara Falls. I think that would be amazing, especially before they all dry up or something. Go see Niagara Falls. That would be amazing. I don't know what these dogs keep are. They must see a cow. The dogs don't like the cows, and I don't know why. I think she doesn't realize, well, Holly particularly doesn't like the cows. The cows seem to like her. I think that they know that her presence kind of keeps predators and stuff away. But she really doesn't like them. She doesn't like the horses. She doesn't like the cows. I think she doesn't realize how big they are. I think if she got closer to one, she'd be like, oh my gosh. I think she thinks they're dogs. Like weird looking dogs across the way, you know. I'm like, you don't even know what you're barking at. That also came out lovely. A little bit of pink, a little bit of green on that die. All right, a couple more, I think, right? And then we will have a few dies. Let's see, we can use one of these cool little ones. Oh, I like this one. This one is cute. It's like a little tiny puffball. Try to like lift up the light a little bit. That might help. That might help. I don't know. All right. Oh, that's not surprising. All the tourist attractions are, you know, we went to Mount Rushmore once. I was like, that's it? Like, it's like this, you know, they make it look like this giant. I used to live in Colorado. So, you know, I thought it was going to be this giant mountain with these giant faces, like, and it is amazing that, you know, it was done with just in one fell swoop, but it was very underwhelming when we saw it, and it was all touristed out, like there were all these, it was horrible. But, you know, I don't know, it was a little disappointing, to say the least, I think. I was like, it was way smaller than what they make it look like. That was just kind of it, you know. It was like there was so much concrete everywhere, and I don't know. You couldn't even get really very close to it. You had to like pay for like binocular thingies to even really kind of see it. I was like, this is not. All the photos, you know, of like all the postcards and stuff make it look really cool and a lot closer and stuff, and it's just not like that at all. Let's see. But when we went on that trip, we stopped at like a hot spring, like a cool, I don't remember, it was in a different state, but we'd stopped at this really cool like water park hot spring or something where it was like a swimming pool, but it was a hot spring. It was really cool. They had like the coolest slide outside, and the ground of the swimming pool, instead of being concrete, you know, which is always so horrible when you go swimming, they were like these pebbles. They were like rocks. It was so cool. All right. Yay, my dies. Oh no, this one got into that one. So we have these dies. A little puff ball and a little pink one. Yay, pretty little dies. Lots of fun. All right. And I still have plenty of paint paper to make a lot more other dies. Die cuts with them. And I haven't done die cuts in over a year, so that was fun. Let's see. Let me grab my Edith Holden journal. It's somewhere. Ah. Okay, here it is. Here we have the Edith Holden journal. I have this page we finished. Right, very lovely. It came out wonderful. There's our foxglove. Envelope. Let's see. Okay, we need to do these pages. And we started this one as well, so we got this done today. Where is my ephemera? I had quite a bit of Edith Holden ephemera. What did I do with that? Let's see, did I put it with my garden journal? Yes. Let's see, there's this one. Let's see, there's this one. Looking for ones that are more Edithy, less garden themed. And this one. Okay, we've got a couple. We have a couple that we can use really quick. So let's see. This one, I'm going to make it real simple. I think I'm just going to, again, do some stenciling, do some inking. Maybe I'll make one of those 3 tag things that I have in the parish journal. I'll make one of those. I think that'll be nice. I'll use it, make like a little belly band. Someone's setting off fireworks. Surprised the dog isn't out there screaming about it. All right. So let's see, last time we used this stencil, which I think came out really good. We can try to use this one. This one's a little more, I don't know, a little more cartoony, but it might still come out good. We can try. Let's try it. Let's see, green. Which one is green? Not that one. This one. All right, I'll use the mowed lawn. Let's put a little bit of green on my brush. We'll just brush it lightly halfway. Halfway kind of up where the stems are. And then the vintage photo. On the top half. That's lovely. I think that comes out great. The like half and half. Put a little bit of green and we'll go do the rest of the page. Just go all the way down the page. Yeah, I think that comes out great. Lovely. Perfect colors for it too. Put our tops on our thing. All right, let's make a belly band. I don't want to use this one because it has pretty pearls on it, and I don't want to cover that up, but I can use this. Move this. I'll move these. Over here. All right. Just cut this like that. And a little bit after this, where the coffee dye starts. Perfect. So it'll go right there like that. I will ink it in green. Okay, lovely. And then I want to put one of these dies up here just in the corner, like that, as a pretty page embellishment. And then we'll make some just basic tags, 3 of them, big ones. We'll have them connected with a bulb pin, and I'll back them in just some coffee dyed paper for journaling. There we go. Pretty. Yes, lovely. All right, and so yes, this can go here, and it looks like the flower is growing out of the belly band. So that's perfect. Oh, wow. We used to get tornadoes in Colorado. I was always so freaked out. I was like, I always admired the storm chasers, you know, who would chase after the tornadoes and stuff. I always very much admired them because, oh, it's scary. Like, it freaks me out. Tornadoes, I was always scared. So every fall, and particularly spring, the hails would come. And I would be so worried. And they just, over the years, they just get closer and closer to where we lived. That is Garden Journal. Here is my Edith book. Okay, so these are too small to use for what I'm doing. Okay, we'll use this one for sure, and this one because that'll make a great tag. That one I might use for a center spread. Oh, and this one, the irises. So those will be the 3 I'll use. So let's cut this one first. I want to get the dragonfly. All right, it needs to be not as wide as the belly band. So let me cut this edge first. I want to make sure I get that dragonfly. Okay, that can be cut more. Yes, I've always admired storm chasers. I actually, because it scared me so much, tornadoes, I got to learn, I started learning like the radar, like how the radar was. And so if there was ever a warning or anything, I would go look at the radar and I'd be like, okay, we're fine. The wind is moving this way. This is where the storm is. That's where the tornado is. I got really good at reading the radar. But I did notice over the years that they would just get closer and closer to where we were. We were in Aurora, kind of, I don't know, close to the farmland, but far enough away that we didn't really have. We lived kind of closer to Buckley Air Force Base. So, like where the big golf balls were, you know? Or are, rather. Not anymore, though. No, I don't really have to worry about that. Now the only thing I have to worry about is flooding every once in a while. It floods here, where I'm at, but only every few years. All right, so there is that. I think that should be... Yes, that's perfect. It'll fit in there perfect. We got our dragonfly and our irises. And let's see. Try and get the most of our images as we can. Try to save this little... Okay. I like to try to save these. The little, you know, what it says they are. Red campion, wild hyacinth, and wild beaked parsley. Fun. All right, so there is our bottom. Here is our top. Here is this edge. Here is this edge. But this is our first year here. I don't know. We've only been here for a few months. We're coming up on our... It'll be 4 months this September. Right? Am I right? Or 3 months, Olaf? I don't know. We got here in May. So... Oh, I'd like to try and get both of the butterflies, if I can. Is it wide enough? Oh, barely. Just go from the top. Barely wide enough. So I'm not exactly sure about the weather. We've had a bunch of locals here apologize how dry it's been this year, and coming from Colorado, but where it is very dry all of the time, we were like, it is so wet here. Like, what are you saying? Right? The first 2 weeks we were here, it just rained. It rained and rained and rained. We had to get dehumidifiers for the house because I was like, I can't get dry. Which has been amazing for my skin, I will say that. Everything was always just cracking and dry in Colorado. But here it's too wet. I don't know if you can have too wet. I love to garden. I'm a gardener. at heart, a gardener and a crafter, and I haven't had to water anything. It just seems to water itself. All right, I'm going to cut an angle here. I'm going to hold on to it, just the top one. And I'm going to flip it over to its other side. Ta-da! Good deal. 3 tags, big tags. Dum-dum, they need backed. I will back them with coffee dyed paper, is what I'm going to do. Easy peasy. And then cut them out and put a little, an eyelet. I couldn't think of the name the other day. I was like, these things. Eyelet, a little eyelet. And then we'll connect them using a bulb pin. Oh, awesome. They'll fit vertical. Or whatever, this way. So I don't have to use as much coffee dyed paper. I can save a sheet or two. All right. Glue that one down. That's pretty. I could just leave that one. I won't though. I'll back it. I'll back it, I suppose. You know, I don't know how many people actually write in their journals they get. I do. I write in mine. Because they're fun to write in. All right. Cut this out. This is why I always have more coffee dyed scrap than I have of any other scrap. Because I use it for everything. I use them, I cut them down and use notebooks. I back everything in it. Okay, it's actually better if I go this way. So don't go ripping things. Oh, come on. There we go. Lovely. 2 down, 1 to go. It also feels lovely when you have something backed in coffee dyed paper. I don't know. That's me, though. Some people don't like coffee dyed paper at all. They don't like the smell of coffee. Okay, we want the iris side, even though this side is very pretty. Try and get the very edge, if possible. I also have terrible handwriting. I've been trying to work on it. I'm always amazed at people who do like calligraphy and stuff. Wow. Let's see, I'm going to guess the time based on how dark it is outside now. What is it? Annie, you tell me. if you're still, if you're in chat. Are you still? Yeah, you're in chat, looks like still. What time is it? I think it's 8:45, almost 9. What do you think? Yes, no, which one should be the front? I think the butterflies. All right, I'm gonna ink. Ooh, you know what? Going with our theme of half green, half vintage photo, I'm gonna ink half of it in green, like this. And then I'm gonna ink the other half in vintage photo.
10 after 8.
10 after 8, okay. Well, it is getting autumn, so it is getting darker sooner, huh? That's funny. That's crazy. It's 10 after 8, huh? Usually it's not this dark until about 8:39. Yes, half green, and then I'll go in with my vintage photo, and we'll do the other one in vintage photo, and that'll be fun. It'll be different. Ta-da! Like a piece of paper on there. Do you have any requests for dinner, Annie? I don't have much. Matt's going grocery shopping tonight. I've kind of eaten everything. I hope he remembers my orange juice. Been all about the orange juice lately. Wegmans has the best orange juice. All the other orange juice these days, I feel like tastes like bar orange juice. Like if you get like Tropicana orange juice, ugh. I don't know what they put in it. I don't know, but it all tastes like the way bar orange juice tastes. Yeah. And so I've gotten all, even Simply, like Simply orange juice used to be real good. And now it's not anymore. It tastes like Tropicana. I don't know if they were bought by Tropicana. Even Dole, like, I don't mind concentrate. If you get like orange juice concentrate and make concentrate, that's good. But just like the bottled orange juices taste like bar orange juice to me. So, but Wegmans orange juice, oh, so good. Like, tastes like freshly squeezed orange juice. Like actual orange juice. Like better than concentrate, because like I said, concentrate at least doesn't taste like bar orange juice, but okay, do a little hole. We'll do a little hole. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to put an eyelet in it because I want them to flip up like that. So we're going to leave it like that, and then I'm just going to use a bulb pin. And I think my bulb pins fell behind my desk yesterday, so I have to grab them. At least the boxes didn't pop open and they didn't spill everywhere. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for little miracles. Takeout. Oh, that sounds great. That would be awesome. Matt, bring home takeout. We've been trying to save money. So I've been like cooking. We just do oatmeal. We're having oatmeal for dinner. We have a lot of oatmeal. Gotta get through the oatmeal. All right. So there we go. We have a bulb pin. I put the bulb pin in there. Let's look for a charm. We can put a charm in there. So let me see. Look at my... Okay, that's not my... There we go. Let's look at my little collection of charms and decide what to put in there. I have a couple fancy ones. I have these ones that have like flowers. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Ooh, we have this one. That's very pretty. I might use that one. We'll just use that one. We'll be fancy about it. Because why not? I don't use them all the time. I only use them sometimes. So might as well use them. Ta-da! So, they just go like this. It's like a little booklet of tags, and I take the last one and I put it in the page like this. And then you can still see the front of the tag, right? And you can even see the second tag. And then the last tag is behind the belly band. So that's how I do those. This charm might be an issue because it doesn't have, hold on. All right. It has gotten caught. There we go. Yeah, that charm might be an issue. I might have to use a different one. Darn. That's okay. I have another pretty one I can use. Although I do like the dragonfly. I have this little dragonfly. Get out. You just use the dragonfly. Let's use the dragonfly. You've convinced me, dragonfly. It has an actual little hole to put the bulb pin in. The other one kind of didn't. It just had little slots, you know, that you could put it in. Yeah, that's better. It also lays a little more flat. There we go. So we take the last one, stick it in there. And then we have like a little tag booklet. Yay, super cute. And then we can use this one and put one of our little, I might do the same thing, do like a stencil of like half, let's see, what do I got? The stencils. And then I should have another one of these, like, yes, flower, and it's like, oh, this one has a butterfly. Awesome. Okay, let me remember and figure out which one is green. Okay, that one's green.
Jen is asking if you've finished your Paris journal.
Nope, not yet. It's almost done. Just like my Edith one is almost done. I've kind of been alternating between the two. They should both be done hopefully within a few days. I think I'm closer on this Edith one though than I am on the Paris one. On the Paris one I still have quite a few pages left to do. I only have one signature and a couple of pages. Where did my, maybe this one was the green one and the other one was, okay. Let's do this butterfly. Yeah, I really love the way that comes out. That comes out great. Let's put a couple. There we go. And I'll just ink around. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to use this little pocket. I'm going to use it as a pocket, is what I'm going to do. It has little punch outs of leaves, and then it's got like a little piece of vellum in behind it. It was a scrappy make. Oh! Oh, my heart skipped a beat. Usually when you drop things, they always drop glue face down. That time I was lucky and it didn't. There we go. Now, one of these, I'm thinking maybe this one can just go in here. Like that. I might do the other one. Yeah, I like that. Here we go. Should I put another one of them little butterflies right there? Let's do it. This butterfly right here. Let's do it in a green. He can be a green butterfly. Oh, that's so cute. It's so cute. Little green butterfly. Stick this in there. And I might stick one of these in there. Perhaps this one. I should have backed it first. That's okay. That is okay. A little bit of the green. Or I suppose that one was the vintage photo that had some green in it because I used the wrong brush. And then I do want to back it a little bit. Not a little bit, just fully. We'll do the same thing. I leave a little bit of a border. Here's the back of it. Ink the back of it in green. Let's see, which way is the right way? this way. Glue one of these little die cuts on the back of it. Like that. Super cute. Little die cut and a stamp. And it can go right in there with that journaling card. So let's see what we got. We did 3 pages, so that's good. I think that's pretty much my kind of, it's kind of how it's gone. 3 pages alive, you know. I spent so much time tonight fussing with other things, right? I did a lot of stamping, and I did the painting, and I did the die cutting, and the other things. Oh, the masterboard. Made a masterboard. So, I think that's it for tonight. Let's see, it's about 8:30. So yeah, I gotta go make dinner and stuff. I'll be back tomorrow, probably, for sure. I'll also have a video up tomorrow. And sometimes I put up little snippets, videos of like little parts of the live, depending. So the dogs are anticipating Matthew being home anytime, but he won't be home for a while because he's got to go grocery shopping, and he works late on Fridays and Saturdays. So, but anyway, that's it for today. We have our pretty pages, and I had a lot of fun. Our pretty stamps and our pretty die cuts. This one is going to be listed. The Edith Holden one will be listed. And the Paris one is a gift, and the garden one will be listed. So, yep. That's the plan. So I hope to get it done soon so I can list it and get a little money. So anyway, I had fun. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming and chatting and hanging out with me and hanging out with everyone else, and it's always a fun time. And I will talk to you all later. So, bye!